I want you to tell me what you think Trill was saying exactly.
Trill was saying if a woman wants to find out if this man is worthy of her and everything for long term, leverage her bots and everything.
Okay,
Leverage
and
her
what does
bot.
that mean to you?
Well, just like what Game Jane was saying, also too
No, no, no,
sexual.
no. I'm not talking about game changer. I'm talking about to you. What does that mean to you when you hear that in its entirety? What he said. What does that mean to you? What does that look like that woman's doing?
Manipulation. That's what it
No, no,
is.
manipulation in what way?
The broken promise. First of all, I know some females that gave the bots in no way you might not agree with, but still married the husbands that they with, even
So
though the fact
you're the person that
stuff
thinks
like
that a
that.
woman has already had sex should not shouldn't keep sex away from men as she goes along. Is that your belief?
Yeah, my belief is like, yo, I mean, if you like the guy, generally like the guy, don't
Yeah.
manipulate him, don't make promises because it will
I mean,
backfire.
how are you
It's all
making
that crazy.
promises though? What is the promise you're making? What promise would a woman make if she's preserving herself until you marry her? What's the
Not
promise?
really. Some females don't do that. That's the whole
Okay, see,
thing.
okay, so there we
And
go. That's the part that you're missing though, Mel. The
no.
idea of leveraging your box was to preserve yourself and for marriage. That's it. To preserve yourself for marriage. Now, can you be honest with me, Mel? Because I've been wanting to know where is it that you, I don't want to use the wrong words, Mel, but where did you pick that thought process up? Why do you think that way? Let me just say it another way. Women, we came here, we were supposed to be virgins. Okay, we messed that up, right? We messed it up. We're not virgins. Why is it this? Because I made a mistake that now I'm having to account for. I'm not a virgin anymore. Why now is it okay for me to continue that behavior just because I'm dating a man that I like? He hasn't promised me marriage. But where is that theory that that's okay? Who teaches that? Where is that at? Because I want to challenge that person and those people. Or is it just your individual
Why?
thought?
Okay, you saying a woman that is a single mother, period, right? And the next
Right.
man she would get with, she makes him work
Oh
for.
no, 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 no. I didn't say it was a single mom. It don't have to be a single mom, just someone who's not a virgin.
Okay, she had a sexual past. You
Right.
said
Whatever. Yeah.
number one depends how many partners. Number
Okay.
two,
Yes. But I'm
speaking for me in general,
okay.
or just overall general, because me, I don't even ask women about her numbers. I don't even matter. It matters to me how she following my lead. Period. That's all it matters to me. She follows my lead the way I like and everything. We can rock. Your past don't mean nothing to me that deeply like that and everything. I'm not, I'm using that against her like that because I got a past also too and stuff like that. If we fit to each other and everything, that's all it matters. She follows my lead. That's all it matters. But in general, for most men, yeah, it's mostly because the fact is, okay, she goes around being all this promiscuous and everything and she meets a guy that actually might generally likes her and wants to marry her for this and that. But she like I said, she used it as a manipulation tactic in the way by saying, I'm not ready, blah blah blah. But behind his back, she probably sleeping with someone else.
Okay,
And
so
see,
you adding
that
something.
actually shows. That's why
Okay,
dudes get hard on these
something.
females the way it is, because it has shows multiple times.
No, no,
Now, are
you
there some females that actually don't do that? Of course, there are some, but it's not a large percentage and stuff like that.
o- okay, so Mel, let me share something with you. And I'm glad you're here, Mel. Thank you so much for your
Problem.
response. I appreciate that because I needed to talk to somebody because I couldn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
Mel, you added some things. We're Trill and myself, we're both talking about a woman. The way he says it needs to be done is that what's happening is so many women are giving themselves to men, increasing their body count. And those women really want to be married. So even if the guy really likes her, she has sex with him, but there was still no promise to marriage. And then he just moves on. And then she goes on to the next one that really liked her.
Mm,
Now, we're not talking necessarily about the woman who has a lot of the promiscuous woman. We're not talking about her. You're not going to marry her. She's what you call a bust down. If I want to say it correctly, I think Changer called them women, they for good for nothing but sex. We're not talking about that type of woman. We're talking about the women who want to be married and can come to you with a conversation that looks and sounds like this. Hey, listen, I've done this, I've done that, but now I'm trying to align myself with being a wife. I'm not interested in just a boyfriend long term. I want to be a wife. So Is that something that you want in your life? Yes or no? You say yes. So okay, then we're gonna base our relationship off of that. Yes. But in the meantime and in between time, we're not having sex because I want to watch you and I need you to watch me to make sure that what I'm saying is who I am. Because
Mhm.
again, I want to be married. That's the woman that he's talking about. And there's no manipulation in that. And there was no promise of anything. You the one that bring the promise, and the promise should come from you, as in to marry me. Now, if you marry me, then we can have sex. But if you don't want to marry me, or you don't want to go along with the fact that I have changed my life now, and this is what I want to do, then you're not the one for me. So it's real simple. So I'm not wasting your time, and you're not wasting mine. But it sounds like, Mel, the manipulation is coming from you all, because you're going to come in, and not necessarily you, you're going to come in, you're going to tell me how much you like me, and you're going to say, we can really seal it with sex. So when I figure out what your sex is like, you really might be the one. And I'm telling the women, hey, the sex ain't got to be that good. No, if he wants to marry you, he's marrying you for much more than your sex. So why you got to have it? So you see, the
Auntie
manipulation is
Boss.
coming from that side because I'm going to be giving you and showing you and telling you that I'm aligning myself to be a wife. So the cooking, the cleaning, the femininity, the modesty, the meekness, the proper demeanor, the smile is all going to be in order. The listening and aligning myself with you. If you were the man that said you're that guy. Now, if you didn't tell me that, then I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm gonna be like, no, because I really want to be married. That's what we were
Auntie
talking about.
Boss. You know
Yes.
what I'm about to say to you?
Say
It's
whatever
gonna
you got to
shock
say,
you.
bud. Go ahead and shock me.
If Alan Curry was alive today, he would say that is what Mode One is, being straight direct. Because
That's what,
that's
who
why
said,
he tells
I'm sorry. I
Alan
didn't hear
Roger
that.
Curry, he wrote the book on it called Mode One, being
Hmm.
straight direct. Now it's not just about sex; it's about your intention. So nobody won't waste each other's time, money, or energy. You're being straight direct, and that's what you just exhibit right there for
But
the
that's what we were
woman.
talking about. That's what Trill
Exactly,
was talking about.
exactly. Like yeah, exactly. That's you know what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
a woman being Mode One straight direct. She being honest, upfront, and and serious to the
But
man.
Mel, that's what we were talking about. That's what Trill was saying. That was the beginning of that whole argument, disagreement.
But no,
That was
no,
the beginning.
he's saying leverage. I wouldn't even use leverage. The word
Okay,
leverage.
I see what you're saying. He could have used a
That's
better
that was
word or a
that's
different.
why Chantel pushed back. Even game changer leverage is not even the way either too. Because that's still a manipulation. I wouldn't do that
No.
because that's like we have to understand. Females, I say this all the time. They actually have sets with a small percentage of dudes and recycle the same type. And a
Right.
large percentage of them is in their friend zone list, hoping that they actually want to wife them up, get with them. I mean, let's say example, Brittany Renner, Corinne Steffens, even Amber Rose. They utilize their sets to get a husband, but they couldn't stay in long-term relationships. But that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? If they had a guy that actually willing to stay in long term and everything,
But
they'll be
Mel,
married.
but
The problem is they have a certain way about themselves, not just the sex, but they have a certain way about themselves that they're not willing to follow a man's lead. That's what's actually failing their relationships. They don't want to follow a man's lead, even if they did have sex with a guy the first time that really liked them and they was going to have a serious relationship. Relationships take work after that also too, and it's not just about you.
but
It's
I
about
agree with you, Mel. But the thing I hear that we're saying is we're talking about two different women. The woman you're talking about is not interested in being married. She's not. She's
now.
she's still
I wouldn't say that she
what it
isn't
sounds like. The
married.
what you described.
She has an idea of a type of marriage she wants, and her marriage
Mm-mm.
idea is like selfish. It's just like with Kayla on the other show, K season. Like I know she's the only one that's married, but that's not the type of wife I want and
Wait a
everything.
minute.
It's more like
Who's
she's the one
married?
that
Oh,
that she's the one
okay.
that yeah she's married. She's the one that probably runs the relationship and everything. Like he follows her lead,
I
and that's
don't
not
think
the type of
so.
marriage most of us want like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I,
yo, like we
but
want
see again, Mel, that would be wasting the time because if a woman
that.
exhibits behavior that's outside of what a wife looks like, or if she doesn't speak to you in wife contact, then you know what to look for, Mel. You know, just run from her.
Exactly. See, that's the whole thing.
But how is
That's the
that
whole thing. What you were
manipulation
saying,
though? How,
manipulation on both parts.
no,
Also,
how is
too.
it manipulation when you know what a wife looks like?
Well, remember
And
you were saying earlier about the manipulation part comes from the men when what you were saying?
It's manipulation from a man when he says, I gotta drive the car before I marry. I gotta drive the car before
Yeah,
I
no,
put a
but
ring on it.
that can also
That's
happen to the
manipulation,
female
is what I'm
also
talking
too.
about.
Females do